Hey guys, back with another Star Wars lore video today, and we are going to be covering Carth Onasi in today's video. I think for these videos, whichever names I find in the lore I'm reading, that will be my next video unless something else comes up. So let's jump right in. Carth Onasi, nicknamed Fleet, was a famous human male soldier and an expert pilot born in 3994 BBY on the planet Telos 4, where he would later start a family with his wife, Morgana. They had a son named Dustiel. He served in the Republic Naval Starfighter Corps, fighting for the Galactic Republic. He loved above all else in such conflicts as the Mandalorian Wars against expanding Mandalorian clans, earning several honors for his bravery during combat. During the war, Onasi served under Admiral Saul Karath, who would become his greatest ally and mentor. After the war ended, Onasi planned to leave the Navy and return to Telos to be with his family. However, such plans were put to an end when war heroes Revan and Malak, two Jedi who had decided to fight in the war, turned on the Republic, becoming Sith Lords, while taking many Jedi that had followed him to war and the Republic soldiers who served under them with them when they created a Sith Empire that would oppose the Republic. During that conflict, Telos was attacked by Carth, who bombed the planet from his flagship Leviathan until it was made completely uninhabitable so he could prove his loyalty to the Sith. The orbital bombardment killed Morgana, while Dustiel, being Force-sensitive, was abducted by the Sith so he could be trained as a Dark Jedi. Onasi swore to seek revenge against Carth for the death of his family and the destruction of his homeworld. He would hold that grudge for 3 years. At that time, 3956 BBY, Onasi played a crucial role in the search for the Starforge, the Sith's super-productive space factory that continually fed their fleet new ships. He was stationed aboard the Hammerhead-class cruiser Endar Spire over the planet Terrace when it was attacked by the Sith, now led by Malak after he had usurped control from Revan. The former leader was then reprogrammed by the Jedi and made to forget his time as both a Jedi and a Sith before being placed in the Republic's armed forces aboard the Spire, where he met Onasi as the two were both fleeing the doomed ship. They temporarily settled on Terrace while searching for Jedi Knight Bastila Shan, the only other person known to have survived the attack on the Endar Spire. After finding her, the three fled Terrace, and Onasi would serve as the pilot of the Ebon Hawk, their personal starship, transporting the trio and a growing group of allies across the galaxy as they searched for star maps that would lead them to the Starforge, a mission given to them by the Jedi Council. As they traveled through the stars, Onasi was able to both find his son, who was then turned from the Sith ways by Revan and his father, as well as enact his revenge upon Carth, whom the group killed aboard the Leviathan. Once the Starforge was located and destroyed during the Battle of Rakata Prime, Onasi was made an Admiral in the Republic Navy, taking a leading role in the effort to help the Republic recover in the wake of the two subsequent wars. To this end, Onasi would later defend Telos from another Sith attack during another conflict that would stem from the Jedi Civil War Revan and Malak began almost a decade before. So that was the end of Carth's, but I think I'm going to continue on with Saul Karath here, who was Carth's, what was he, his admiral when he was in the war. So here's Saul Karath. Saul Karath was a human male born on Corellia who served in the Galactic Republic's Navy as an admiral during the Mandalorian Wars. In 3963 BBY, Carth was promoted to the rank of Rear Admiral after keeping the Mandalorian forces at bay for 6 weeks at the Jebel Vanquo Tarnith line. When the fugitive Jedi Padawan, Zane Carrick, who was fleeing from his masters after being framed for the Padawan massacre, attempted to warn Carth of the planet Sirocco's impending destruction, Carth assumed that Carrick was a Mandalorian spy. Now, remember that I guess Carth had tried to. Where did he? I think in Carth's it said Carth tried to kill him at some point, but anyway, to continue on here. When the Mandalorians raised Sirocco's surface, Carth and his allies took Carrick into custody, and after boarding Adascorp, leader Arco Adasca's flagship Arcanian Legacy, they participated in an auction in which Carth attempted to negotiate for Republic control of Adasca's Exogorth superweapons. After Adasca's schemes were brought to an end, Carth also played a role in the events of the Covenant Affair, which saw the destruction of the Jedi Covenant, a secret Jedi organization which was dedicated to preventing the rise of the Sith, when one of the leaders, the Sith acolyte Hazen, led an insurrection against the Jedi Order. In that same year, the Jedi Knights Revan, Malak, and their Jedi faction entered the war, with Carth becoming Revan's and Malak's subordinate. Carth later assisted Carrick in destroying the slavery organization known as the Crucible. In 3960 BBY, after Revan and Malak led the Republic to victory against the Mandalorians in the war's final battle, Carth was one of the few individuals among the Republic forces who did not follow the Jedi into the unknown regions, to search for the ancient Rakatan Starforge space station, which produced an unlimited amount of war material. A year later, Revan returned to the Republic as the new Dark Lord of the Sith, with Malak as his apprentice, igniting the Jedi Civil War. In 3958 BBY, Carth transferred his allegiance to Darth Revan's Sith Empire, bringing his flagship, the Leviathan, to Revan's service. In order to test Carth's loyalty, Malak ordered the Admiral to destroy the planet Telos IV. Carth killed millions of civilians on Telos, and earned the wrath of his former friend and protege, Carth Onasi, who had served with Carth during the Mandalorian Wars. After Malak betrayed Revan during the Jedi's and Republic's attempt to capture them, Carth continued to serve the Sith forces under Malak's command. In the war's final year, Malak captured the Ecumenopolis of Taris and ordered the Sith fleet to blockade the planet so that the Sith forces could search for Jedi Knight Bastila Shan. Carth was eventually ordered by the Dark Lord to destroy the planet in order to prevent Shan's escape, and Carth bombarded Taris. Shortly after Taris' destruction, Malak and Carth were informed by the bounty hunter Kalo Nord of Shan's escape from the planet and of Revan's survival and involvement in the escape. Malak and Carth hired Nord to capture Shan, but Revan, now a partially retrained Jedi, killed Nord during his search for the Starforge. After Revan located a fourth Rakatan star map, which was needed to find the Starforge, and slew Malak's Shadowhand Darth Bandon, Carth captured Revan's starship Ebon Hawk and tortured Revan, Onasi, and Shan in an attempt to discern their mission. The two Jedi and Onasi eventually escaped and confronted Carth on the Leviathan's bridge. Carth offered to ask Malak to be merciful if the Jedi and Onasi surrendered. However, Shan, Revan, and Onasi refused. Carth and his forces attacked them, and after a heated firefight, Carth was grievously injured. As he lay dying, Carth informed Onasi about Revan's true identity as the former Dark Lord of the Sith, and then succumbed to the wounds dealt to him by Onasi and the Jedi. Alright, so that sums up Carth Onasi and Saul Karath. I think we'll try to do the Ebon Hawk for the next video because the Ebon Hawk is a pretty integral part of all of these characters, and it kind of changed hands a few times. Kalo Nord would be a good one to go do also, because I believe the Ebon Hawk was Kalo's ship at some point and got stolen, or anyway, we'll find out when we get to it. But if you enjoy these videos, please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff everybody always says, because I will be making more of these. Yeah, new hobby of mine, so yeah, stay tuned for more, and thanks for watching.